Hello, it's Thursday afternoon, January 30th. My name is Eric. I'm with the National Weather Service. I want to spend a few minutes to let you know about what's coming up in terms of our winter weather, both Friday, Saturday, as well as what's happening today and what we're maybe looking at again next week. The first slide here that we wanted to talk about shows the general idea for the Friday and Saturday time period, and that's really the first priority right now. Snow amounts of 6 to 9 inches are expected roughly from the Chicago metro area southwest toward LaSalle County. The heaviest snow would be in that corridor, with lighter amounts farther up toward the Wisconsin state line, maybe 4 to 6 inches or around 6 inches. And then as you get farther south toward Ford and Iroquois and into northwest Indiana, we would look at again the 4 to 6 inch amounts of snow, but that area would be also mixed with freezing rain on Saturday. So multiple types of concerns over the area, so we just want to make sure everyone is up to date on the latest thought process. The overview of what we're looking at today, there is some snow across the area, briefly intense snow in fact, and with the winds that's going to be drifting and blowing and reducing visibilities and maybe covering some roads, but overall amounts are not expected to be significant today, maybe just 1 inch, maybe a little bit more than that. But Friday and Saturday is really the period of concern. We are looking at a prolonged period of light snow starting Friday afternoon, continuing into Friday evening. That's mainly south of I-88. Less of that expected up toward the Wisconsin line starting Friday. But as you get into Friday night and Saturday, we expect the heavy snow to begin. And as we get later in the event and farther south, we think that freezing rain is going to mix in to that snow as well. Looking ahead also to next week, we want to just make people aware that we're watching a system lifting out of Texas that could bring another winter storm to the area, or at least somewhere to the Midwest in the Tuesday to Wednesday time frame next week. So again, today there are some areas that have been receiving some very intense snowfall, not too much in the way of accumulations, but drifting and blowing and reducing visibilities. Maybe 1 inch total accumulation today, and the key problem today being the low visibilities and the drifting onto the roads. But that is going to be moving out pretty quickly this evening. It could certainly affect the rush hour in northwest Indiana and areas to the south and east of Chicago. The Friday afternoon period, as we mentioned, looking at some light snowfall for much of the area, but not much in the way of accumulations on Friday afternoon into Friday evening. Maybe around 1 inch of snow as you get farther south and west of the Chicago metro, but most of the areas should see pretty light amounts on Friday afternoon. As you get into Friday night and Saturday, we want to highlight 3 separate areas. As you get up toward the Wisconsin state line, we're looking at relatively light snow rates, but accumulations around 6 inches, maybe 4 to 6 inches, possibly a little bit higher as you get closer to the lake. There could be some lake enhancement later in the event. But the main corridor would be shown here in pink of the heavier snow. We're looking at maybe 6 to 9 inches of snow in that area for the Friday night into Saturday period. And farther south, you get to the freezing rain concern. It's going to be a little bit warmer. Some of that falling precipitation is going to be melting, but the surface is still going to be very cold, sub-freezing. So we could be receiving rain in terms of precipitation type, but the rain would freeze once it hits the surface. So that is the concern as we get farther south. The large-scale picture shows the heaviest band forecast to be from northern Missouri through most of northern Illinois and into lower Michigan. That's the snow. The freezing rain area of concern is much smaller. That would be limited to much of central Illinois into west central Indiana. Locally, as of Thursday afternoon, and this very much could change by the time someone sees this later this evening, but the latest winter headlines have a winter storm watch for the entire Chicago warning area of responsibility. That includes north central and northeast Illinois as well as northwest Indiana. The neighboring office to the south in Lincoln has a winter storm watch for much of its area, and as you get farther to the northeast, you also have some winter weather headlines in effect for there. So right now, just a winter storm watch for the entire Chicago forecast area, and this could become a warning either tonight or early tomorrow. But the watch is in effect for the key period, which would start midnight Friday night and continue through Saturday evening. And again, mentioning that storm next week. Right now, the track is certainly not quite pinned down, but the idea of low pressure moving through the Ohio Valley would be conducive to heavy snow and strong winds locally. Right now, the track is a bit farther south, but if that shifts to the north, we could see another winter storm next week. Again, an overview of the impacts. Key period, again, being Friday into Saturday, so January 31st to February 1st. Light snow starting Friday afternoon, mainly south of I-88. 1 to 2 inch accumulations at most on Friday afternoon into Friday evening. The moderate to heavy snow starts up Friday night and Saturday. The moderate snow would be north toward the Wisconsin line, 4 to 6 inches roughly, at least at this point is what we're looking at. The heavier snow would be south of that area, potentially 6 to 9 inches, and farther south you start to mix the freezing rain into the snowfall. So all kinds of things to be concerned about and to keep an eye on. So we will provide updates as they become available. Again, it's Thursday afternoon. My name is Eric with the National Weather Service.